Hello and welcome back to A Foreigner and Family Farming in the Philippines. And I'm back over here at the property trying to get things squared away. We had this situation with Del Monte, and we may have gotten it resolved. It's not necessarily the resolution I was looking for, but this is what ended up happening. The contract with Del Monte was supposed to end April 30th, 2019. And there is a clause in the contract that if both parties mutually agree, that it could be extended for an additional 4 months. And as it turns out, I didn't want to do that. I quit my job in the United States to come here to live on this property and get started on a farm. So that was kind of a big deal. I mean, I had the seller who sold it to us, I put a clause in a contract that said that Del Monte was not able to extend the contract, and they signed it. So there's an issue there. There's all kinds of little issues that Del Monte was supposed to get mutual consent, but it was just going to be better to go ahead and take care of it rather than have to go to court. It would end up being ultimately longer than 4 months. There might have been a ruling where I might get something out of it, but on the same token, I didn't want to go to court either. I had just, that very day, I had an issue where I wanted to see an attorney anyway to talk about another issue we were having. We had a 23,000 peso 23,000 peso property tax, not a property tax, a capital gains tax on a property that we had to pay. Just 23,000 pesos, and which is about, what is that? About $400. And the attorney that we went to, we didn't even want to. We just wanted to go to the BIR and pay that ourselves. Well, that attorney had to package another tax with it. We didn't even want him. He's like, well, I'll take care of the other tax, finding out the other tax for you, if you package it with this. Well, just that capital gains tax, he came back and told us it was going to be 2.4 million pesos just to pay that capital gains tax. So that kind of gave me a bad taste for dealing with something. And that's like $44,000 or something like that, rather than a $400 payment. So that attorney took something that was $400 and decided he was going to mark it up to take care of it, because it's something that we didn't even want him to do. I'm looking at these pineapples here, and there are some nice big looking pineapples. They're looking like they're getting close to being ready here. So that's another reason why we didn't want to go to do the court thing with Del Monte. Didn't want to get involved with some kind of issue like that where we're getting taken advantage of. And I don't speak the language. I have to rely on my wife. And I mean, she seems fairly sharp, but I mean, it's limited. I mean, she just has a limited education there, and I'm expecting too much out of her. So we don't want to end up doing something like just where we're getting taken advantage of. We've already, even the fence posts that we purchased here, like what she said, oh no, this is what they said, this is what the guy, this is the best we can find, like 200, or at first it was like 400 something pesos per post, and then it got down to where we were paying finally 360. Well, now that I'm here and I just go to I walk in a place, I'm like, okay, this is what I'm willing to pay, and I get them for 280 per post. Now, and the hundreds of fence posts that we purchased, yeah, that's kind of a big deal. So it's just, you just have to be on your toes. If they can get you, they're going to get you. And if you're a foreigner, you're probably going to just need to be a little sharper is all. So the issue with Del Monte now is they are going to be here for another 4 months. They went ahead and extended the contract for 4 months. I finally decided to agree to it, and it was finally because if I didn't get going on it right now, then I wouldn't have any chance of getting it done. So as far as in the court system, because it just would have sat there for however long working on, and the 4 months would have gone by and they would have been gone, and then they probably, after what I put them through with the legal matters, they probably would have left the property as is with the pineapples planted on it. So it's better that we just get that taken care of, because the pineapples have a deep root system. It takes specialized equipment in order to make sure that we get those up. And I'm sure that even when they do their probably spray their stuff and do their chop on it, that I'm still going to have some issues where some pineapples come back, and that's not a bad thing. I do love pineapple, and I was told that these are clone 74, which is a can variety. And it's kind of funny because Del Monte does have their they call it their real sweet pineapple, and it's kind of funny because I don't know if it's clone 16, but they call it sweet 16, which is kind of funny for that's their pineapple. That's the one that they sell in the grocery stores. So anyway, that's the issue with Del Monte. So I won't be able to use the property. I am fencing it off, but we're not doing anything to impede progress or work on the inside of the property. So they'll have use of it until August 31st, 2019. They might be done a little sooner. We'll see how that goes. I might be able to work on a well over there because there's an area, a low spot that does not have any pineapples. That might be an ideal area for a well. So I'll have to look at that. But I don't know, maybe just me telling this, it gets people thinking about different issues that can arise. And we've been through a ringer. I know I've seen some other foreigners that had no problems. And because I was watching all these videos where even foreigners had issues and spoken to Filipinos who'd had issues, that I wasn't going to get myself into a situation where I was going to have some issues. But I've even run into a couple, not just the Del Monte thing. We had the squatters over in the other area, and some other things, just some other things even, where then some people then wanted to come and claim it. They had no claim to it, just decided, hey, it's taken them a little while to get settled, so we're going to go ahead and see if we can claim it. I don't know, just you definitely, when people say be careful, and when you're ready to do something, you kind of want to be there for it, especially if you're getting a survey done. You don't want to lose some area on a boundary. And I guess I'm just kind of rambling about it. It's going to change our whole plans for what we're doing on the planting this year. I was looking at, okay, we're going to have just enough time. We'll get mid-rainy season. I'll have the nursery done. I'll have this place cleared out. I'm going to get the falcata planted, get that up, and get my cacao, which are my chocolate trees, and then my bananas up this year, and get the house up over here in time for the rainy season. But this pushes us back 4 months. We'd probably get those trees planted the tail end of the rainy season. I don't know. There's another theory where that might be good for them, because then if they survive through the drought in the next rainy season, then they'll soak up the water, be stronger. But I don't see it getting the roots established for at the end of this rainy season long enough for them to be good, healthy growing trees. So I think this kind of hosed us on getting that planted for this year. So what we're kind of maybe falling back on another plan to then maybe plant some corn. Use this area for corn. It's about the only thing that'll grow. The pineapples, they've made the area very acidic. I have to get down some lime, actually a whole lot of lime. Like we're talking some big 10-wheeler trucks full of lime. load after Del Monte does the chop, but the corn will grow just fine, and it might be good just to use the property then for some corn this year, at least, so that way at least we get a little something and got something accomplished on it this year. And then that gives me a whole lot more time then to plan the house, where the well is going to be, and just some of the farm layout type things. If what we're going to end up doing, it's just my budget isn't as big as it was supposed to be. More and more things are coming up, and just haven't gotten situated over here. So we're going to take just look at what I can do, because I wanted to do some broiler chickens, I wanted to do a piggery, maybe even have some cows, and it looks like I need to maybe, as far as I've mentioned what I'm doing with the planting, but as far as the livestock, I may have to limit, well, I'm going to have to limit what I choose to do, and we'll see how that goes. But as far as over here, I'll probably do a couple more fence updates just on the progress of that. You could see it kind of on this side going down, but we're going to basically be done here for a little while, because I can't really do too much. And that's it for now. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe.